All right. So, listen, tonight Montreal's playing Toronto. Anticipated game. We should meet at Chuck's and go watch that game actually tonight and see some action going on there.
I would ask for the remote and get an Islander game on so you can see Matt Schaefer. You can see one of our other videos.
Yeah.
But anyway,
preview for tonight.
it's the rivalry. We talked about it in another video. I'm not so sure the rivalry's that big anymore, and especially with the Leafs being out of the playoffs now. This game's, maybe from a historical point of view overall, but.
At the time of recording, they still haven't released who's playing in net right now. We did discuss in a previous video that we thinking that because Montreal's playing a back-to-back tonight and tomorrow, that Dobes should play Ottawa tomorrow.
And the Ottawa game's more important because
Yeah.
Ottawa's still mathematically, I'm not crossing them off yet.
Yeah.
And Ottawa wins that game, they get 2 points closer. And then if they go on a 5 or 6 game winning streak.
What does Toronto need to do to win?
Well, first of all, just going back to I just want to finish that out. I think I'm going to predict Montembeault tonight and Dobes on Ottawa. And with the Leafs, they played Stolarz with Tampa. So I'm going to go with Wall. Now, what do the Leafs have to do tonight? The Leafs have to just go out there and play, and hopefully they got Quinlan, give him some ice time, some Marlies. I'd like to see Cowan play beside Matthews. The less I see of Max Domi, the better.
I think Matthews needs to get
well,
out
he
of
needs to get a goal because
Yeah.
he's at 12 games in his first season. His longest drought is 13.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't, but yeah.
Well, I hope. He
It'd
needs
be
to
good
get-
for Toronto if he
He
did.
needs to get a goal.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with him. We've talked about it enough. Nylander always seems to play well against Montreal,
Yeah.
and especially when it's in Montreal too. Then he can do a. Montreal fans can go, wow, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
Guy Lafleur.
Yeah.
He does a Guy Lafleur. Hopefully he'll do a Guy Lafleur move. Lines and matchups for the Leafs.
Yeah, they haven't released that yet, but
I don't know
I'm
what those
I'm feeling that they're probably going to do Slavkovsky, Caulfield, and Caulfield, Slavkovsky, and Suzuki again as the top line. I don't think they're going to change all that. They won with it last game.
Yeah.
So I think they're probably going to go with that again.
Well, the Leafs have got to be fair to Matthews, he's not had the greatest line mates this year. Matthew Nice seems to be asleep. There's something wrong with him. I don't know what's going on with him either. We haven't talked enough about that this year.
Robertson's been good though.
He is, yeah, and hopefully they keep playing him.
Yeah.
I want to see him play Cowan a lot, but
Yeah.
anyway, we'll see what we get. We're not looking. The game has no real meaning for Toronto. Montreal needs every win they can get.
Yeah.
Especially against when they're playing lesser lights, which we are now.
Right. So we'll be watching the game tonight, and then we're going to get back on Friday in the studio. We're going to talk about it.